If you were going to start a trailer dealership today, how much money do you need to have? How would you take that 10,000 and turn it into 100,000?
I don't want to give up all my secrets.
Oh gosh, that shouldn't be public.
All right, we'll cut that one.
Everybody wants instant gratification.
It doesn't matter how successful you are if you don't enjoy it.
Do you need a lot of money to start a trailer manufacturer?
Where we're at, there's 50 manufacturers around us. So the competition, it's not equal competition.
If it's in here, don't hold on to it. Act on it.
If you can not work with your spouse in business, you're way better off.
Chris Lago here, and you are the owner of All American Trailer,
Yes.
which is located in...
We're headquartered out of West Palm Beach. We've got 5 locations in Florida and 1 in South Georgia.
Is running a trailer dealership easy?
No.
What makes running a trailer dealership hard?
We don't have, there's nothing in our industry that's done for us already, right? Like I always tell people, if I was like a dentist office and I wanted to go, came out of school, there'd be all these resources of like how to run my office, marketing, and softwares and scheduling specifically for those individuals. And all of in the trailer industry, it's all just borrowed from other industries like automotive or marine or RV. So and our business models aren't exactly the same.
So that's
different. Challenging.
Yeah.
And then transportation and preparing the trailers and stuff like that. Lots of blue collar labor makes it challenging.
So what do you think is like the key to running a successful trailer dealership? Since it's different than auto and RV, what do you think the key is?
Willing to deal with a lot of headache for a very long time until you get enough processes in place to get past that. It's just a really hands-on business.
Okay. So as a trailer dealer, right, we all know automotive, there's big money in automotive. We know there's big money in RVs. Is there big money in trailers?
With a lot of volume, there is good money in trailers. There is not great money in trailers at low volume, honestly.
Okay.
Most people in low volume dealerships, they've got a job. They've got a good job.
Yeah.
They've got a good job working their dealership.
So would you say that your dealership you've created into a business and not a job?
Yeah, at this point we're at 70 plus employees across all of our locations.
Okay.
We'll sell over 4,000 units this year, so
how
there's
much,
enough volume.
You know, what's gross annual sales? What do you guys see?
We'll do about $40 million.
$40 million, wow, that's a lot of money. So as a trailer dealership, you're obviously not taking home $40 million, but would you say somebody who's aspiring to become a trailer dealership or get into the business, do you think that they could scale to a $40 million business?
Sure, I think there's a lot of opportunity for growth in trailer dealerships. There's a lot of consolidation happening at the moment. There's a lot of mom and pops that are aging out. So there is a ton of opportunity. It's just the willingness, again, to kind of hustle long term to get past that first, second dealership that's very hands-on.
Yeah.
Unless you have a lot of money to invest up front. You're very hands-on in those first couple.
So if you were going to start a trailer dealership today, how much money do you need to have?
We're in Florida. So in Florida, the real estate is your biggest challenge.
Expensive.
So barriers to entry in Florida are a little bit different because of the real estate. So honestly, million plus in Florida.
Plus, okay.
If you're outside of the state of Florida where real estate is not sold by the square foot, you could be in the $150,000 to $300,000 range.
Marty, you are the founder, CEO?
CEO of Down to Earth and Triple Crown.
Down to Earth Triple Crown. What is that? Tell us a little bit about what you guys do.
We manufacture utility dump equipment treaders in Florida, Georgia, and North Carolina.
Okay, and so you're
Two different brands.
Okay, so you're being one of the founders of the company. Was it difficult to build a manufacturer from the ground up?
Oh yes,
So
it is.
What's the most difficult thing about becoming a trailer manufacturer?
Several things. People, getting good people, and retaining good people. But that's also, if you can find good people, that's what makes you grow and do better. I mean, that's what I credit our growth to, is our good people that we have working for us. And good partnerships with dealers.
Do you have any tips to people out there who are trying to find good people? Like, do you have a method that you use to find good people?
Just treat them well. You know, we treat them well. We do little perks. We try to make it an enjoyable workplace and enjoy their job. And I think over the last few years, we've really learned that is the secret sauce of keeping people, is treating them right and just making it an enjoyable workplace.
Just starting out to where you are today, like what's annual sales look like for you guys?
In 2003, when I moved to my facility that I'm at now, my original facility, I was doing 2.3 million, and this year we'll do close to 100 million.
Wow, $100 million.
Yep.
What's it like running a $100 million business compared to a $2 million business?
You do everything when you're the $2 million business, and you have good people doing it when you have a $100 million business.
Ah, fair enough, fair enough. So the key
That's why
again,
good people.
good people is the moral of the story.
Yep, good employees.
Okay. So being a $100 million business, are you still in growth mode?
We are.
Okay.
You always have to advance. You always have to grow.
So one thing that I've noticed in other industries, like the auto industry, the RV industry, that hasn't happened yet to the trailer industry is the private equity money and the consolidation. Are you guys?
Oh, it's 100% in this industry.
It has?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. The largest manufacturer is owned by Bain Capital, which is the largest supplier here is owned by Bain Capital. So that's
You still see a lot of small mom and pop dealers.
Oh yeah,
though.
you do.
It's coming.
Dealer wise, yes. Manufacturer, no.
Manufacturers.
Manufacturer, private equities buying it.
So if you could go back in time and tell your 20-year-old self, 21-year-old self, one thing, what would you tell yourself?
Probably what I've learned in the last 5 or 10 years, and that's take care of your people. Because employees are everything. They really are.
We are sitting here with
Phil with Sandcrest Trailer Sales.
Phil with Sandcrest Trailers. How long you been in the trailer business, Phil?
2016.
So would you recommend that, entrepreneurs who are looking for an industry to get into, would you recommend trailers as a viable option?
Well, as long as you're willing to put the hours in and the work in. That's
Yeah.
the biggest problem. Everybody thinks it's just going to run itself and it's easy, but it's not.
No.
You got to put the hours, you got to put the work in, and it's a tough business to get into and grow just because a lot of overhead.
It sounds like you were already in business before you got into trailers.
Yeah, I started my trucking company when I turned 21 in 2000.
21. Okay, so what made you at 21 years old start a trucking company?
Because I couldn't do it when I was 20 because you couldn't, a CDL wouldn't do you good out of state. So I actually worked in a welding shop. So I grew up on a dairy farm. I milked cows for a living on our family dairy farm. So I was milking cows, and I had a part-time welding job. I'd only worked there about 50 hours a week in the welding job, and then I helped my cousin mow grass on the weekends. And I milked every day. Went to get up in the morning. We'd milk at 4:35 in the morning. Then I'd go to the welding shop, and I'd work a full day at the welding shop. Then come back and work on the farm. And I kind of got an opportunity to help my uncle do some trucking. He had a dealership, and I ran a couple of loads for him when I turned 21 because I couldn't do it before that.
Yeah.
And I bought the truck and trailer from him and started my own company.
At 21 years old, how did you afford to buy the truck and trailer?
I'd always had money because I worked for it. I mean,
You always
like I
worked
said,
all the time.
when everybody else was out having fun, I was working. So I basically worked 3 jobs my whole life, and that's what I do.
So if you had any tips for other 21-year-olds out there who are watching this right now, what advice would you have to give to them?
I mean, anything's possible. You just got to put the work into it and not expect instant gratification. So it happens over time. You can't think that you're going to go work today and all of a sudden you're going to make money. It takes time, and eventually somebody will recognize that, and either you're going to go out and do your own deal, or somebody's going to recognize your work ethic and give you an opportunity that you probably wouldn't have got without putting the work in. But the problem is everybody wants instant gratification, and that's just not the way the world works.
What would you say is the secret, if there is one, to getting and finding good people and keeping them?
But it's a respect. Those guys, I may be out there welding on a trailer or underneath of it. They know that I'm willing to do the same job that they're willing to do. So there's a lot of respect back and forth. I take care of my people. If they need something, we're there for them. Emotionally, financially, whatever we need to do, we're a big family. So they know when they work for us that they're going to get paid. And if they need something, there's somebody standing behind them. So they don't feel like they're on their own. So it's kind of a culture that you build. A lot of these manufacturers have done that too. You go around to some of these manufacturers, and they've got people who work there for a very long time, and it's a culture that they build. And that's what we're trying to do, is build that culture.
So I know that your wife works with you in your business.
Oh.
Is there any secrets or tips that you have for working with your spouse in business?
If you can not work with your spouse in business, you're way better off. Me and my wife, we love each other, and she is phenomenal at her job, but it's not worth that added stress, and you've got to be able to turn it off when you go home. And sometimes we catch ourselves talking about work when we get home when we really need to shut it off. And if there's any way to keep from working with your spouse, you will have a whole lot happier relationship in the long run.
I'm standing here with
Sean Huffman.
Sean Huffman. Sean, what do you do for North Star?
Well, right now I'm head of dealer development.
Head of dealer development. Okay. So how many dealers does North Star work with right now?
We probably have 240, 250 dealers active. I mean, real active. We're in the upper 100s.
So with that many dealers, you guys must be doing something differently that others are not. Like, is there something that makes North Star more attractive to more people?
Well, I think we do a pretty good job of being concentrated on our marketing side of things, keeping the brand awareness out there. But we actually really concentrate on making sure that, like our tagline, it's where durability meets affordability. So we actually build tanks that you can afford to buy, basically, like dump trailers and our trailers. So
fair enough. That's smart.
Yeah.
So would you guys consider yourselves to be one of the largest manufacturers in the trailer industry?
We're one of the bigger. There are bigger ones, though. I mean, there are some monsters out there, but we're a $250 million company, something like that.
$250 million.
Just depends on the day, right?
So how many trailers a year would you guys say that you sell?
That number is hard for me to get. We're going to be
tens of thousands,
10,000, 15,000. Yeah, I mean, we're up there.
That's a lot of damn trailers.
Yeah.
So, how long have you been in the trailer business?
I started in 2008.
2008. If you're talking to somebody right now who's just getting into the dealer side of the trailer business, what piece of advice would you have for them?
On the dealer side.
On the dealer side.
On the dealer side, don't forget to advertise. Number one, always have a marketing budget. Number two, learn how to to monetize your financing on trailers, on the finance side of it. And like anybody else, good business practices, standard operating procedures, you can find those in any industry, so follow those. But if you're a new trailer dealer, stay up on the latest technology, make sure you market yourself, keep your budget there, and make sure you're maximizing every one of your deals. That includes your finance, upsells, those types of things.
So for a lot of trailer dealers right now, finance is like a pain in the butt. Is there anything that North Star has done to help trailer dealers make financing easier for them?
Well, I mean, we make it so we got a group that we partner with called Remote Finance Group.
Okay.
And they're basically, I almost describe them as a virtual finance person in your office, but they do everything remotely online. But it's almost like having your own personal finance director in the store.
Okay.
So they'll do everything for you from the credit application all the way to funding. And then whatever money's made, y'all get to split it. And we found that's been a really good partnership for our dealer body as well.
If you're going to send a message back to your 25-year-old self, what piece of advice would you have for your 25-year-old self?
Take the risk.
Take the risk?
Take the risk. Yeah,
Is there a type of risk that you should be taking, or just any type of risk? Like, what are we talking about here?
If it's in here, don't hold on to it. Act on it.
Act on it? Fair
Yeah,
enough.
I would have made a lot more money if I'd have acted on it in my 25 years ago.
Alrighty, guys, we're standing here with James
Wyatt.
James White. James, what do you do?
I'm with First Street Media. We're a marketing company specific to the trailer industry, a lot of rolling stock industry, and we've been doing this thing for 30 years now.
For 30 years. Did you start the business yourself?
I did. I just started it 30 years ago in my garage.
In your garage. So owning a business for 30 years and being successful, right?
Right.
What would you say has been some of the key factors that have made you to be successful over 30 years?
The most important thing is media is not a static target. It's always moving. It's always changing. It's always developing. We've got so many different things out there now that you can spend money on, and a lot of things you can waste money on. It's important to have a very discerning eye when you're choosing your media, and it's also important, if you can, to have an expert looking at what you're doing.
So would you guys consider yourselves to be experts in social media?
We would, and of course now we've got, the thing that I've learned, honestly, is I hire young enough so that I know that those guys know what's going on.
Stay up with the times. Okay,
yes. So
enough.
we have our own social media strategists. We have people that work specifically in Facebook, Google Ads. We're real heavy in geofencing, CTV, digital billboards, all different kinds of things nowadays.
Okay. What is one or two tips that you have for entrepreneurs who are starting a business when it comes to social media? What would be a tip that you have?
The most important thing to remember right now as far as the digital marketplace is a website is important, but the website is not going to do it for you. You have to have a strong social media presence. Mm-hmm. And the way I always couch it to people is you get invited to a party. Okay, it's a backyard cookout. And so you're going to wear shorts and flip-flops and a t-shirt to a backyard cookout. So you design your website for your audience. So it's how you're dressed, okay? It's you're come to the party dressed appropriately. So if you need a fancy website with a lot of bells and whistles, that's what you do. You need something simple that speaks to your customer, that's what you do. Don't get somebody out there that's going to oversell you on something. And then social media, as far as Facebook is concerned and those types of things, remember, that is the conversation that you have at the party. So that's how you really engage with your customer. And keep up with it. Don't start it and stop it. Get somebody that's going to handle it and take care of it, or don't do it at all.
Is there a dollar amount budget per month that you'd recommend that every trailer dealership be spending on social media?
I can't really say that there's a specific dollar amount. You need to spend with what you're comfortable with. Here's the most important thing about all media. Consistency matters. Once you start spending, stick with it, stay with it. It takes more fuel to get that airplane off the runway and up to 30,000 feet than it does to cruise at 30,000 feet. Pick a budget and stick with that budget and let it do its work.
Fair enough. So owning a business for 30 years, what are some tips that you'd have to entrepreneurs who are just starting out right now?
Just do it. Just do it. Make the break. Get away from whatever it is that you hate doing and get out there and start that business. There's going to be lots of resources and lots of folks out there that are going to want to help you succeed because it's going to help them succeed. Find the right people to team up with and partner with. Find somebody who's going to be a mentor, somebody that you can ask questions to. If you've got somebody in your specific industry that you're wanting to be involved in that you can ask questions, very often I find more often than not, they are really willing to help you.
Fantastic. And if you had one message that you could send back in time to when you first started your day one back in the garage, what would you tell yourself?
Most important thing is make time for yourself, make time for your family. It doesn't matter how successful you are if you don't enjoy it.
We are here with
Aaron Barnes, Good Guys Trailers.
Good Guys Trailers. Aaron, what do you guys do?
So we are a livestock and equipment trailer manufacturer out of Northeast Texas. We took a pretty good shortcut, right? We bought a company called BCI Trailers that had been in business for several years, and they were ready to exit. And we came up with a number, bought them, and so we actually we had a turnkey plant with employees in April of 2022. We came in with some new designs and kind of a new approach to the market that was a little different than what BCI had done. Okay. But that was actually like compared to doing just a true startup from taking a piece of raw land and putting a plan on it, it saved us a ton of time and actually, made us like cash flow positive really fast compared to starting one from scratch.
So would you say that the trailer manufacturing business, would you say that there's a lot of money in it? Or would you say
not yet, but it's supposed to be. No. I mean, it's a good, solid business. The thing I think we like the most about the trailer business is kind of the types of people that we work with are a lot like us. Deal with a lot of dealers that are family-owned businesses like ours, and that's one of the cool things about it.
Do you need a lot of money to start a trailer manufacturer?
It takes some money. Yeah, it takes a little bit of cash. So we put a reasonable amount of cash in buying some real estate, equipment, materials, things like that, and then did some financing for the rest.
In 3 years, you guys have purchased an existing trailer manufacturer and you've built a new brand called Good Guys.
Yep.
What sort of annual sales are you guys doing now from the time you started till where you are today?
So if we were shipping, 100 trailers a month at that time, we're now shipping 300. So somewhere in that range. Yeah.
Okay. So was there anything that you guys did differently to, go from what they were currently doing to where you guys are right now?
Yeah, so we've expanded product offerings. So we've got a full line of dump trailers. And then we also kind of used our, previous relationships, people that we had known in the industry for 10 or 15 years to grow our dealer network. If you go to our Facebook page, you can see we posted an image and it showed The company that we bought, BCI, was selling trailers in 4 states, and then I think now we're somewhere up getting closer to 30 states that we're selling trailers in.
If you're talking to a dealership right now out there who's watching this, or maybe somebody who wants to become a dealer, would they be able to reach out to you guys, or who are you? So I know you said you're looking for established family-owned dealers, but what if there's somebody who's new who wants?
Oh yeah, we would be excited about a startup too. We're just looking when we say family-owned. We're just talking about we're not going like for big box, right? Like it's more of a.
What would you consider a big box store in the trailer industry?
So you've got Lowe's, you've got Tractor Supply, Menards. There's Atwoods. There's dozens of them that are out there, and then there's obviously some bigger chains of trailer dealerships. And someday we may be able to service those folks, but now being on the smaller side of things, mostly just looking for independent family-owned businesses.
Are your trailers made here in the United States?
So we build the majority of our trailers in Texas. We also operate a new facility in Mexico. And so some of those trailers ship directly from Mexico. Some of them just ship in chassis and parts into Texas. But about 2/3 of what we build is built in Texas.
So building trailers outside of the country, have tariffs had an impact on the trailer business?
Yeah, of course. Tariffs have impacted us domestically. So before anything ever even happens, like moving a trailer in from Mexico or Canada, prices went up with tariffs this spring. So yeah, we've felt the impact since probably like March before tariffs were actually even in place. So, yep.
Fair enough. If you had one piece of advice that you could give to yourself when you were 20 years old, what is that one piece of advice that you would give?
Buy Bitcoin. No, I'm just kidding. No, I would just say go work for yourself. You can do it. If you've got a little bit of work ethic and you got an entrepreneurial spirit, embrace it. Go start your own company and build something that could be great for a couple generations to come.
We're here with
Mike Sumner with Anvil Trailer.
Anvil Trailer. Mike, so you're the owner of Anvil Trailer?
I am.
How long have you had the business for?
17 years.
And you started it from the ground up?
I did.
What's it take day one to start a trailer manufacturer?
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
Why did you want to start a trailer manufacturing business?
I opened some trailer plants for other people. I just had that come to Jesus meeting with myself. Either keep working for them or do your own thing. So
okay.
Took a leap of faith and done our own thing.
So did you start off at home in your garage, or how did you get started in the trailer business?
I did at night. A lot of long nights building open trailers. How we got started building the flatbeds, and then we gravitated to the enclosed trailers.
So, but you've been in the trailer business longer than you've owned your trailer manufacturer.
I've been in it probably 25 years.
25 years. How did you get started in the trailer business?
My sister got me started.
Okay, so
she's
been a
been
family.
Longer than I have. That's right. It's a family business for sure.
What sort of volume you guys doing? So, day one it was 1-2 trailers a day, a week, a year. I don't know how much it was.
Yeah, we're doing over 5,000 trailers a year right now. We're doing about 35 to 38 million.
35 to 38 million a year. Mm-hmm. That's fantastic.
It is.
Do you have goals to go bigger, or what are you looking to do?
We're actually fixing to open a plant in Indianapolis, Indiana. So we're expanding up north.
So what's the difference between owning, a one-man band to running a, $35-40 million company? What's the difference?
It starts and stops with me.
Starts and stops with you?
Yep.
So nothing's really changed in that aspect.
It's not. You don't have the corporate red tape to go through, so we can get answers pretty quick.
Okay. So how big is your team?
We have 125 employees.
Okay. What's it like running 125 employees?
Like a big daycare center. No, it's good. It's challenging, but it's good.
What would you say is the key to managing a company, of that size?
Just being real with everybody. I started on the floor building trailers myself, so I know what it's like. It's like a big family with us.
Okay. When it comes to, owning a trailer manufacturer, would you recommend somebody who is interested in starting their own manufacturer try to do it today?
I would not, because there's just so many out there. I mean, where we're at, there's 50 manufacturers around us. So the competition, it's not equal competition.
So in the next 5 to 10 years, what do you see happening in the trailer manufacturing world?
Me personally, I think it's going to be saturated. I think the strong will survive, and hopefully some of the smaller ones will get weeded out.
How many hours a week are you still involved in your business?
I'm still 40 hours a week, sometimes more.
Sometimes more? Yeah. One thing that I've noticed about, people who are doing really well, in owning a company is their life revolves around their company, and they eat, sleep, and breathe that company. And
That's a fact.
They don't take normal days off like how other people do.
No.
Yeah,
I work the weekends. That's when I get most work done on the weekends when nobody's there. So.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're doing another interview, and I'm standing here with...
my name's Chad Schenkel, owner and CEO of Hometown Capital Management in Jackson, Tennessee.
What do you guys do?
So we provide a rent-to-own service for customers. Our our mission is to provide a simple and affordable solution for people to have the things they need when they need them. I did not start Hometown Capital. I started as more of a passive investor, buying rent-to-own contracts myself, and just kind of decided it was a space I wanted to get into as an owner.
And so then you bought this company. So how did you get the capital to buy Hometown Capital?
Well, great question. I had the capital available and then quickly sold half of it to my sister. So we really did not together have a meaningful amount of capital to buy the business. But also just know the business was meaningfully smaller. We were only managing about 2,000 contracts at the time. It was meaningfully smaller at the time.
So from 5 years ago to today, like where are you guys at in a business perspective? Like, contracts or revenue, like however you want to describe it.
Yeah, I guess we've probably 6, 7, 8x the business since then. And really just honestly feel like there's an amazing amount of opportunity left. We're currently operating in 22 states. There are some states that we're not don't allow the rent-to-own service that we provide in that particular state due to statutes that they have and laws that they have. But there's many states that we can continue to move into and grow into. If somebody said, well, how did you do that? Well, I didn't. But if I've ever been able to do one thing generally well, it's surround myself with people that are better, faster, stronger, bigger, smarter than me. And so we just have an amazing team of people. I get the privilege to lead those people, but it's not me. It's my team.
It's your team. So what would you say if there's a business owner out there who's struggling to grow?
We simply were able to find an unmet need. If you can figure out something that people need that's not currently being done or not being done well, and you can do that better or enter into that type of market, then the growth can be really fast. But you have to be able to manage that growth, and you have to have just really good people surrounding you to handle the growth, because growth can be crushing. And it can provide as many challenges as it does opportunities at times, and we've gone through that.
What's one of the biggest challenges that you've had to overcome since you've purchased Hometown Capital?
I guess probably just making sure that we always have capital to fund the contracts that are generated. So if I have a dealer that's generating contracts, if there was ever a time, which thank goodness there hasn't been, where I didn't have the funding to make good on those contracts, that would not be a good thing. So we always have to make sure that our sales don't outpace our funding. And so it's a kind of a seesaw thing where you're pushing sales, and then you're like, okay, we got to raise capital and raise funding, and then pushing sales. So it's just a fine line.
What's a piece of advice to get them to raise capital?
Well, I think first just determine what type of capital you're going to raise. So, I mean, we obviously use traditional banks that have helped us grow our business. We have private investors that have decided that they want to put their capital into our business, and then we provide a rate of return. So I think being just really transparent with your business model, your challenges, your opportunities with lenders, banks, investors, and letting them know, everything you can, just being as transparent as you can, and helping them understand the risk, the opportunity, and all the different ins and outs of the whole process.
You lost everything and you only had $10,000 to your name. How would you take that $10,000 and turn it into $100,000?
Knowing what I know today, if I had the opportunity to invest or start what we have here with Hometown again, like I would certainly use that capital and just try to start it all back over, small, and just grow it incrementally over time.
If you had one piece of advice that you could give to somebody who's just starting their career after all the experience that you've been to, what's one piece of advice you'd have for like someone who's 25 years old?
So if I could tell my 25-year-old self, give that advice to myself, I would say, if you want to be an entrepreneur, if that's something that you've dreamed about, if it's something you've thought about, I would say do it quickly. So I waited until I was 40 years old to start that process. There would have been challenges that I would have certainly had, if I would have started a business when I was 25, many challenges, because there's so many things I didn't know then that I knew at 40, but I still would go back, and if I had it all to do over again, I'd go in business for myself
As soon as you
quickly.
could. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.